Hi everyone, it's Kat here, and if you have no idea who I am, I had the privilege of playing Padme Amidala in Star Wars Theory's Vader Fan series, Episode 1, Shards of the Past. And I thought I would just do a quick sit-down video today to share more about my experience and what it was like to be a part of the cast and to be on set of this awesome fan film. Just a disclaimer, this is going to be my experience. I'm not speaking on behalf of any other cast members, but I think it's safe to say that we all had a pretty wonderful time meeting each other and getting to work together on this awesome fan film. Quick disclaimer, there's also spoilers, so if you have not seen the fan film yet, go watch that, although I have no idea why you'd be watching this video if you haven't seen the movie yet. I will pop that link down in my bio so you can go scroll on over to Star Wars Theory's channel and check it out if you haven't. So I was only needed for one of the 4 days of filming for the Padme and young Anakin scene. It was on a Friday, so I had to fly out on the Thursday before, and I woke up at 3 a.m. to catch my flight. I had a long day of travel, so I had no idea how I fell asleep the night before. I was just hopped up on adrenaline and way too excited. We were blasting Duel of the Fates in the car on the way to the airport, and we were just really excited despite the fact that we'd gotten maybe like 5 hours of sleep. During my layover before my flight to Los Angeles, I did a Q&A on my Instagram, and a lot of people asked if I was nervous going into it, and at the time I was way more excited. I was excited to meet the rest of the cast, I was excited to meet Danny and Star Wars Theory. So if anything, I was most nervous about meeting the director and meeting Star Wars Theory himself because I wanted to make a good impression. So we finally landed in LA. We went straight to our hotel and we were there for maybe 15 minutes, literally just to drop off our bags, and then we went straight to set. We couldn't wait any longer. We took a cab to the set and we pulled up to this big warehouse looking building, and we got out and we were like, okay, this is it. We went inside and there was this like secretary-ish desk in the middle of the room. We were like, do you know where the Star Wars thing is? So we got to the set and immediately we walked in. It was a dark room and we saw green screens and cameras and funky lighting, and I was kind of just like moseying on in, and my boyfriend who came with me was like, go! And he pushed me onto the set and we walked in, and immediately Star Wars Theory came up to us and was like, hey guys! And it was great. He introduced us to the rest of the cast and crew, and I got to meet Merrick, and it was so much fun, and it was just a great way to get started. So, call was at 7 a.m. for my day of filming, and we arrived bright and early, and the set was just very chill. Everyone was really excited. It was very cool seeing everybody get into costume. It took Dupree a process getting in costume. I had no idea how long it would take for him to put every piece together. So Merrick and I finally got into our costumes. That's when it started to feel real, when I sat in the makeup chair and I got to hang out with Dre, the wonderful makeup artist. She was amazing. So we got our makeup done, we got into costume, and that is when it's really kicked in that it was all happening. I put on the costume and I did not want to take it off. It was the softest thing and the most beautiful thing I'd ever worn, and that is when I truly started to feel like Padme. So after the lunch break was when Merrick and I were filming, and it was, like I mentioned, so different from anything I'd done before, with like a camera looking on your face and like a microphone right here, yet when you watch the scene, you have no idea that there's crew members right next to you and like 20 other people on the set watching it. It's pretty cool, but it's kind of crazy to think about. And so then the time came to put in my contact lenses for the Sith Eyes moment, and this was where I was really nervous because I had never worn contacts before. And yes, I had read the script, so I knew my eyes were going to change color. I assumed maybe it was just going to be, edited in post-production. I got to the set that day and Dre had mentioned, oh, we have your contacts for you. And I was like, oh, good. Oh no, like I can't touch my eyes. I've never worn contacts before. And she was like, it's okay, like we'll figure it out. The time came and Danny, the director, was like, all right, let's go get the contacts in. And I was so nervous. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna blow this. They're gonna realize that I'm such an amateur. I can't put contact lenses in. I was so embarrassed, and I didn't want to hold people up because every minute on set costs them an immense amount of money, and we have a strict time limit from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and that is when everything needs to get done in that window. And so I was panicked that I was gonna be holding everything up, so I like ran to a mirror and I was like, Dre, you need to help me. And so she, my boyfriend, and Merrick's mom, we were all huddled around a mirror as I was like prying my eyes open, trying to get the lenses in. And I had asked Steve before because he'd worn them like all day. I was like, Steve, like, do they hurt? And he mentioned that they were a little uncomfortable, but that there was like a ring, like an orange ring in your vision. And there was a little bit, so thank goodness all I had to do was open my eyes, and that was it. For like 2 seconds I had them in. So even though I had only worked one day with everyone, it was still really sad saying goodbye. We all clicked like instantly, and it was such an incredible experience getting to work with them. So unfortunately, my goodbye was a little bit rough because Dupree was on set with Steve. They were rolling, and when, you know, a scene is rolling, everyone on set needs to be quiet, and it's kind of, you know, you don't want to step on set and start talking and like saying goodbye to everybody. So I didn't want to go over on set and be like, bye everyone, while they were in the middle of filming. So I didn't get to say goodbye to Dupree. Dupree, I'm sorry. But I got to see you again at the premiere, and we had a proper goodbye then. The funniest thing is that Star Wars Theory was halfway through his like 4-hour-long process of getting his body makeup done for Vader in the chamber. And so he's laying on this couch as Dre and her partner makeup artist were, you know, sponging him down, putting all these prosthetics on him. And so I was leaving, and he was just laying on the couch, and we were just like, oh, I guess like bye. It was maybe the most awkward goodbye in the history of goodbyes, but I expressed to him how grateful I was and how excited I was to see the finished product. And I told him to break a leg because he was making his big debut in what would be his face reveal. So at the time, though it hadn't been set in stone, we were hoping that there would be a premiere where we would all be able to reunite again for that come December. And I remember on the way to the airport, you know, I was obviously upset. I was leaving. I wanted to stay even longer. Unfortunately, I couldn't, but I remember texting Star Wars Theory and telling him that his fan film was going to be amazing and that it was the best day of my entire life. So thank you for watching. I hope that gave you a little bit more insight to what it was like being on the set. Again, it was a dream to be there, and I think it was an experience that every Star Wars fan deserves to, you know, be walking around not only in your own costume, but seeing Darth Vader walk past you, or Darth Sidious, and the lightsabers and the props. It was truly an incredible experience. And Star Wars Theory and Danny, I can't thank you guys enough. I've said it a million times, but thank you for allowing me to be a part of it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, if you haven't seen the fan film, I don't know why you just watched this. I will pop that back in my bio. You can go to Star Wars Theory's channel to check it out. If you're interested in my shirt, it's Star Wars Theory's merch. Again, you can head to his channel. He has all the links there if you want to twin with me. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, I definitely am more active on there. This is my first attempt ever at a YouTube video, so bear with me. I hope you enjoyed it regardless. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you want me to make more videos, suggest, you know, below. I might do a Q&A. I don't really know what the future of this channel is, but I really just wanted to do a sit down and talk a little bit more about what it was like to be in the fan film. So thanks again for watching, and may the Force be with you.